Shabbat Shalom. Come on in. I invite everyone to find your seats. We are going to begin on page 10 in our prayer books with words from Psalms that are familiar to many of us. How good and sweet it is to be together this Shabbat evening. Hine Matov, top of page 10. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, hine matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine matov, hine matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Shabbat Shalom. And a big Shabbat Shalom as well to those who are joining us over streaming. As we just sang, it is so good to be together. It is the final Shabbat of the year 2023. So, as Americans, many of us are thinking about a new year and the passage of time, maybe things we want to change or try in the coming year. But as Jewish people, we are still very much in the middle of 5784, although the first book of the Torah, Genesis, ends this evening too. So this year, the lunar and the solar cycles are aligned in that way. And I was thinking about kind of this transition in the Torah, because the book of Genesis is full of stories, but they are all kind of there, it seems, to get us to Egypt. And when you think about what that means, that God takes Abraham out of his homeland and says, "Follow me." And at the end of this book, we end up in Egypt, where, as we know, life does not become so favorable for our people. But after the slavery, of course, becomes the redemption. And so it's just a reminder to me, especially in this year where so much has happened that was unpredictable or unprecedented, that life has an ebb and a flow to it. And even though we're wrapping up 2023 and reading lots of recaps and watching lots of highlights of the year, that doesn't mean that anything is actually ending. It's just a continuation of our lives in the same way that the Torah continues to tell our tale from generations to generations in its own way. And we are finishing the Torah portion this week with a blessing from Jacob to his children, which I think also extends to all of us. So I wanted to share a brief piece with you all. I'm a big fan of a group led by Brian Andreas called Story People. And you may have seen there, it's like they do sketches or doodles, and then they have these really brilliant sayings. And I saw this from something I had actually posted in a previous year, and I thought it was a lovely way to start our Shabbat evening and to lead us into our Shabbat candle lighting. So the saying is this: there is a perfectly still moment right before dawn, when the sun gathers itself and then steps into the dark world, and everything is so filled with light that any doubts from that long night are barely a memory. It is the way of all things that the night ends and the light returns. The light always returns. And we return the light to ourselves and our people as we kindle our Shabbat lights every week. I am thrilled to invite up Bernie and Marilyn Datz this evening, who are lighting in honor of Marilyn's mother, Helen D., and also here tonight to celebrate as their son-in-law, Matthew, receives a special blessing a little bit later on. So we're so thrilled that all the Datzes and Edelmans are here with us this evening to celebrate. We're on pages 2 and 3. We continue on page 7. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. We read together. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide. And we continue welcoming in the presence of Shabbat on pages 20 and 21 with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor bedibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiyuchad, Adonai echad, Ushemo echad, Shemol tiferet velitchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki hi mekor habracha. Meherosh mikedem nesucha. Sof ma'aseh v'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hi toreri. Kiva orech kumi uri shir daberi. Kavod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. We rise in body or spirit and face the door as we welcome in Shabbat with verse 9. Bo'ui v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvetzola, toch emunei am segula. Bo'ui chala, lecha dodi likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. We continue on page 29. We read together in the middle of the page. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. We continue on page 28 with our call to prayer, the Baruchu. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Page 30. We join together in Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, Umisader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech vechoshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla, Adonai tzevaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 33. We read alternating paragraphs. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated as we turn to our service handout for words of Ve'ahavta, you shall love. And you shall love Adonai, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you rise up, and when you lie down, and when you lie down, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, and upon your gate, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Together as one, we sing these words of freedom and redemption, just as our ancestors did when they crossed the sea. Page 40. Ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, no tehilot osef eleh, no tehilot osef eleh. Malechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Zelianu ve'amru, Zelianu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Page 42. We read together in the English. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. On page 44, we celebrate Shabbat with Vishamru. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. We continue now with our Amidah, the central portion of our prayer service, which begins on page 46. Please rise in body or spirit. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, V'zocher chastei avot ve'imahot, umevi geula livnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer umoshia umagen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach umorid hagashem, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh holim, Umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, micha mocha ba'al gevurot, umidom melach, melech memit umechayeh, umatmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanat ha'lehachayot ha'kol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei ha'kol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. We turn to page 259 for the prayer for the state of Israel. Sha'alu shalom Yerushalayim, yishalayu ohavayich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Together at the bottom of the page. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. May the one who makes peace in the heavens bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. We take a moment now for the prayers of our own hearts and minds. Page 62. May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, Adonai, our rock and our redeemer. Yehiyu leratzon imrei fi vehegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali yehiyu leratzon imrei fi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali We turn to page 253 as we think about those in our lives and in our world who are in need of healing, whether it be healing of the body, mind, or spirit. And of course, our hearts are with all of those in Israel who have been subject to trauma and to war, and all of those who are caring for the ill and the injured. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. This Shabbat, our congregation is praying for Kenny Larrabee and Roberta Crane. If you have other names you'd like to add out loud to our community list, please do so as I look around the room. David.
Charles Stellan, Dot McKinney, John Mitchell, Sam Zuka, Fred and Dorothy Weiss, Ray Halpern,
May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeirach avoteinu mekor habracha leiteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Amen. This evening, I am so thrilled that we get to celebrate someone who is very special and beloved in our community, our own Matthew Edelman, who has a big birthday coming up tomorrow. And it's always so much fun to be able to mark these milestones in community and to have reasons to celebrate. So first off, thank you, Matthew, for giving us a reason to celebrate and to come together. And secondly, just, a public thank you, Matthew, for all that you have done for our congregation. You have been in our leadership for many, many years. A highlight for me is that you were on my search committee, of course. You were one of the first people I met here in Jacksonville, and his Zoom background was of the beautiful bridge downtown, and I said, oh, that place is pretty. Maybe I'll think about going there. So you can thank Matthew for that. And all your years on our executive committee, and you're still on our board of trustees, so we haven't gotten you into retirement just yet, which is great. But we are so thrilled that you have been part of our community, and we are honored that you're allowing all of us to bless you this evening. And I'm very excited that Matthew has agreed to share a few words with us about his relationship with Temple before we give him his blessings. So come on up, Matthew.
Thank you for those nice words, Rabbi. And thank you all for the recognition of my 70th birthday tomorrow. And for the honors you've extended to me and my family at tonight's service. Just some information about me in addition to what the rabbi has shared. I was raised mostly in Daytona Beach, where my parents were very involved in our synagogue and in other community nonprofits. My brothers and I were active in the youth group activities, and upon moving to Jacksonville after graduating from University of Florida, I eventually joined Congregation Ahavat Chesed around 40 years ago. Within the Jewish community, I served on the Federation Board for a number of years, including a time as treasurer. In fact, my wife and I went on a Federation trip to Israel in 1998 and were fortunate to attend the celebration in Jerusalem when Israel celebrated its 50th anniversary. Subsequently, I have served several terms on Temple's board, including a term as treasurer. I've served on a number of committees and continue on the Finance Committee. I am very proud of serving on the Search Committee that interviewed Rabbi Glasser and resulted in her move to Jacksonville. I'm also currently active in the JCA, where I chair the audit committee. And just to conclude, thanks for honoring me for this special birthday. I'm pleased that my family is here with us this evening and that we can all enjoy a delicious oneg.
Stay here for a moment. So now I'm pleased to invite up Ms. Susan Edelman, Matthew's wife, to open the ark for us and invite everyone to rise so we can give Matthew a blessing. Yep, you're right there. It's perfect. Author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for everything that enriches our lives. We turn to you now with special gratitude to share in the happiness of Matthew Edelman as he marks his 70th birthday. As Matthew has given so much of his love, skill, and time to our congregation, bless him with the gifts of love, skill, and time for many years to come. Let him feel our gratitude for his sacred journey and the ways it has shaped our community, and carry that gratitude into his next decade. Eternal One, be with Matthew now and always. May he be blessed with health and happiness, and with continued strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. Matthew, like Abraham, may you have the courage to embark on new journeys. Like Isaac, may you embrace the world with love. Like Jacob, may you wrestle with challenges and triumph. Like Sarah, may your experiences be filled with joy and laughter. Like Rebecca, may you continue to be willing to help others. Like Rachel, may you be loved by all who meet you. And like Leah, may you be blessed with love of family and our community who will always cherish you. Blessed are you, Holy One, who has given us life, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this day, and enabled Matthew to reach this special moment. Let's join together in a Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. Amen. Mazel tov, Matthew. And we'll continue back in our books with Aleinu on 282. be seated. We turn to page 291. יש כוכבים שאורם מגיע ארצה, רק כאשר הם עצמם עבדו ואינם. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with the people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. As we turn to the mourner's Kaddish, calling to mind all of those who are no longer with us physically, but who live on in our hearts and in the light that they shared with this world, our whole community is thinking of Eiffel, our fitness and wellness director from the JCA, who tragically passed away last weekend. We hold him and his family in our hearts. During the Shloshim, the month following death, our community remembers Brian Vitsky, husband of Barbara Vitsky. And at the Yortzeit, the anniversary of death, we remember Lorraine Ash, Maurice H. Bailey, Ginger Bailey Beggin, Rachel Berlin, Samuel Berlin, Ronald Berlin, Lillian Blank, Emmanuel Mon Bloomfield, Faye Braverman, Pearl Cohen Brenner, Morris Samuel Brown, Florence Casper Schwartz, Bernard Jack Cohen, Nicholas Danos, Helen A.D., Thomas Albert Al Delegal, Rose Fields, Tekla Foster, Louis Fraden, Francis Freed Sam, Fanny B. Glickstein, Herbert Goldberg, Louis Goldman, Samuel Halpern, Anna Hecht, Maurice Hirsch, Dr. Earl Horowitz, Barbara Leon, Joseph Jacob Lipsy, Bernard Mallow, Minnie Manasseh, Jack Markowitz, Morris Nachman, Lily Rifkin, Herbert Rodman, Margot Ruby, Jeffrey Sager, Hyman Selber, Peggy Shapiro, Elsie R. Strauss, Rennie Telzer Bain, Rebecca Tucker, Mary Verton, Beatrice Levy-Weil, Mandel Weinstein, Bob Wolfson. If you have a name of someone you're remembering that you'd like to share aloud this evening, please do so as I look around the room. We hold all of these names and all of our memories in our hearts as we turn to page 294 and rise as one community for Mourner's Kaddish, Kadishat Hom. Yit Gadal ve'yit Kadash Shemeh Rabbah be'alma divra chiruteh ve'amlich malchuteh b'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yaheh shemeh rabba mivarach le'alam ulalmei almaya. Yit barach ve'yish tabach ve'yit pa'ar ve'yit romam ve'yit naseh ve'yit hadar ve'yit alev ve'yit halal shemeh dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yaheh shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. Please be seated as we invite up our temple president, Miriam Greenhut, to share some announcements with us.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Miriam, and on behalf of your Board of Trustees at Temple, we welcome you to Congregation Ahavat Chesed. Thank you to Matthew and Susan for sponsoring a wonderful oneg, which we are all about to enjoy. And happy birthday to Matthew. I hope this is just the beginning of a wonderful celebration weekend and the beginning of a great year. And Rabbi Glasser will be leading Torah study tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, online only, for Shabbat morning experience. Our building will be closed on, obviously, New Year's Day, the 1st, and Tuesday, January 2nd. And Wisdom Group will resume next Tuesday, January 9th. Please mark your calendars for Mitzvah Day on Sunday, January 14th, when we will have a congregational breakfast, followed by a day of community service. Please read your weekly temple email for RSVP information for breakfast and signing up for our outreach opportunities. Wishing everybody a happy new year and a wonderful beginning to 2024. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you so much, Miriam. Here at Temple, it's been a little bit quieter, but not too much quieter. Thank you again, because you're here tonight, Wyatt Bowers, and to Michelle Brandley and Sarah Bloom for coordinating our annual other mitzvah day, or mitzvah meals, or all those mitzvah things. We brought delicious sweets to all the firehouses in our city and delivered meals to many who are homebound. And just grateful to have some hot food on Christmas. So thank you for that. It was really special to be a part of it. And we'll have the opportunity to do more mitzvot on January 14th. Lonnie Derby, once again, for the second year in a row, is organizing a morning of wonderful projects to give back. So please keep your eyes out for that. Save the date. There's a lot coming up in January. Next week, we're going to start sending out your January calendars because we have much to celebrate, many highlights, including a Shabbat celebrating our new members and our pulpit exchange with Hendricks Avenue Baptist. That's all coming up in January, and Rabbi Englander's installation at the beginning of February. So there's going to be a lot of fun to be had, and we will have some great times at the beginning of 2024, starting it off by giving back and by being together. I now invite up the next generation of Matthew's family, his son Jonathan and fiancee Lucy, who are going to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi. Page 5. There you go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho Be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikraye kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'charta Ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim ve'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, go for it. And Jonathan, you can go ahead and grab the challah, and we will join together in Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz. Amen. Yep, you're good. You can grab a piece now. Take it back to your family if you wish. Great job, Lucy. You rocked it. Thanks for joining us. And we will, oh yeah, you can put that. We're going to conclude our service on page 323 as we join together in Shalom Aleichem, which we usually do at the beginning of the service, but just to come full circle, we can say shalom to a lot of things. It's a multifaceted word and concept, which means hello and goodbye, and it also means peace. So as we join together on 323, what are we saying hello to? What are we bidding farewell? And of course, we always, always pray for peace. So we join together. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Have a great birthday, Matthew. Have a wonderful weekend and beginning of the new year, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.